somewhere in history, we took the wrong direction in our eating and producing food.
Paralysis is a real problem when you think that, oh, it's the whole universe and all these stars and who am I and how can I make change? And realize that you can make change start at your dinner table.
Everyone has to eat. Everyone depends on a farmer at least 3 times a day. Many of us just don't think about it.
We love going to the restaurant, going to the grocery store, cooking things, and it's just not fair that the farmers are the ones who are actually not profiting throughout this whole system.
We are destroying the planet while we're feeding it. Our food system is amazing because it manages to feed 8 billion people. What keeps me up at night is that we're doing it in a way that causes a major loss in biodiversity, major source of greenhouse gases, and the people that are producing that food, the 600 million farmers of the world, aren't earning a good living, and a lot of them are in poverty.
Awareness. We have to create awareness, not only with the consumers, but we have to create awareness with the people who are involved in this food system.
I'm very hopeful still that we can make the right changes. The only worry I have is very much, are we going to be fast enough?
We are trying to understand what are the incentives for all the stakeholders to really make it sustainable, because if that would have been clear 5 years ago, it would have been sustainable as of today, which isn't the case.
We need to work towards inclusion. We need to work towards not leaving the poorer farmers behind, and I think also digital tools can help here.
When you hear of technology, they think it must be something very, very big. With a blockchain, you can simply use your phone to access the blockchain. The farmers, they have these Android phones, but they don't know that they have the technology already that we are talking about. So if I can educate them on that, it will be a win for them.
Traditionally, a retailer would only talk to a supplier. Can you supply me with coffee? Okay, thanks, I have the coffee. These days, you wonder what's happening in that entire supply chain.
Transparency will be the new normal.
We have to find answers, and this is the year for this.
You can make change start before the dinner table, in the kitchen or in the supermarket with the choices you make, right? Or supporting the farmers and all of these things, and it has a rippling effect.
Why is this food being produced in that way? What is the reason? Could the chefs help that?
It's interesting to see like a lot of the same issues are in the Netherlands versus the US, or even in developing countries too.
The funny thing is that I get a better price in Germany, in France, in Switzerland and England than in the Netherlands.
And there's all kinds of chicken and egg problems where you cannot get out of, because if there's no supply, there's no demand. That's one of the things that we need to change.
We start by educating people, so telling people what the real story is.
In Amsterdam right now, people eat less than 5% food products that come from the region.
Consumers don't trust their supermarkets, both on healthy products as well as sustainable products. So we have something to gain here, yeah.
I think one of the biggest challenges in food is honesty. Paying honest prices for honest food.
Well, actually, that's the biggest opportunity, because there's so much to gain. Instead of untangle the mess and the legacy work, just make a better change.
You could have great ideas and you can put them on paper, but if you don't have the people and the willing and the power to change things, it will just be a dream. And that's why we come together, making that dream with clear goals and making it achievable.
Who's gonna grab that idea and run with it and create the impact rather than just talking about it?
When you visit these conferences and these big events, first you meet new people, you connect with them, you get to know the new big thing comes out.
For example, what if the solution that the coffee industry is taking for the shrimp industry can also be applied? So that's how you learn in these kind of symposiums.
It's international, so I spoke to people from Colombia and from Germany and from other parts of the world who really bring in a problem. So there's a problem owner, which was also good. And after this 4 days event, we're going to have a Shark Tank with investors. We need a lot of technology, and I'm not at all specialist in this kind of thing. So I mean, we need each other. There's no other way.
I think in the whole history of humankind, we've seen that we need collectivism.
10 years ago, we couldn't do this because the technology was not there.
So there's a lot of momentum and energy and interest at a global level for everyone to lean in.
We need cooperation, we need some innovators.
And we can only expect new ideas, new systems, new technologies to emerge and help us.
So it's quite an interesting area to be in. We feel the urgency that we must solve this like within the next 10 years.
There is no option B. We have to change and we cannot go on as we're doing now.
And I think everybody is very excited to create some roadmaps and move them forward.
Let's do it today, yeah, and not wait for tomorrow.